Good morning. We are just about to get started. So if we all can find a place to sit, and it's okay to sit next to someone you don't know. Good morning again.
Good morning.
It is indeed a good day. A few months ago, an idea was conceived to bring together the youth and law enforcement in an environment that is safe to have a dialogue about what's in our hearts and what's in our minds.
Buenos días, bienvenidos. Esta es la segunda cumbre de jóvenes y oficiales y es una oportunidad que hemos buscado para compartir lo que está en nuestro corazón y en nuestra mente.
And my name is Morosi Mukwena. I'm from Epworth United Methodist. And we are guided and inspired by things that Dr. King has done and have said over the years in his lifetime. And one of those was when he spoke about building a beloved community.
Nosotros nos ha inspirado las palabras del Dr. Martin Luther King cuando él habló de su visión de crear un pueblo querido.
And today, as we did in April, we are planting the seeds of having that beloved community here in Gaithersburg and Montgomery County.
Y hoy otra vez estamos sembrando para que se cumpla esa visión de tener un pueblo querido aquí en Montgomery County.
Challenges will always be there. We've all seen them everywhere. But what matters the most is what solutions do we have? And what do we do in our communities to make sure that we have a community that's guided through love, peace, and understanding?
Problemas siempre va a haber, eso está seguro. Pero lo que sí tenemos que hacer es trabajar juntos para encontrar soluciones y para asegurar que nuestra comunidad va a haber comprensión, amor y apoyo.
And it is my wish and my dream that as we continue with these dialogues, that we will now start to speak about a community that is together, a community that is not guided by law enforcement, but by the police service. It is a community that will be guided by the police service because we are all in it together.
Que la esperanza es que en una comunidad que se apoya, una comunidad querida, un pueblo querido, que también la policía también se rige por el servicio a la comunidad, que todos estemos comprometidos a servir unos a otros y asegurar la seguridad de nuestra comunidad.
And to that end, I am very thankful to all the officers, to our police chief manager for being here this morning, because this is really indeed a clear demonstration that this is our community and we have to claim it together.
Y nos da mucho gusto dar la bienvenida al jefe de policía, Chief Major, y a todos los oficiales que han venido hoy a compartir con nosotros para que podamos juntos trabajar para que se logre este sueño para nuestra comunidad.
And in closing, I would like to say that the whole vision is that at the end of the day, we are building a community whereby the youth feel safe, whereby the officers feel that what they have to do is truly to serve and protect, that they themselves feel safe in our community.
Y lo que esperamos que al final se puede lograr es que todos los miembros de la comunidad, los jóvenes, los oficiales, la policía, se sienten seguros en la comunidad, unos con el otro, y que nuestra comunidad sea una comunidad de paz y seguridad y apoyo.
And to the young people, thank you from the bottom of our hearts, because you are indeed our future.
Gracias por los jóvenes que han venido hoy, un día que no tienen clases, sin embargo están aquí para compartir, y ustedes son el futuro y nuestra esperanza.
And at this point, I would like to request Chief Major to say a few words. I know he's not going to be able to stay with us the entire time.
Good morning. Very good to see everyone here. Thank you all for being here this morning. My name is Tom Manger. I'm the police chief in Montgomery County. I'm also joined, if the Chief Mark Soroka from Gaithersburg City. Mark, come on up as well. We are both here to welcome you to this day.
Bienvenidos el Chief Major de Montgomery County y también el Chief de la ciudad de Gaithersburg, Mark Soroka, que están aquí con nosotros. Y les dan la bienvenida.
This past year has been a very challenging year for police. There have been many incidents around the country, many tragic incidents where the police officers have had interactions with young men and women that have not turned out well.
Este último año ha sido un año muy difícil en muchos lugares. Ha habido situaciones entre jóvenes y la policía, que ha habido conflictos y que no ha salido bien.
And there's been a lot of discussion about what the police have done right, what the police have done wrong. But one of the things that I have noted throughout all of these incidents is that there needs to be better communication between police officers and young people.
Se ha hablado mucho de qué es lo que estuvo mal, qué hicieron mal, qué podía haber sido diferente, pero lo que sí es claro que la importancia de mejorar la comunicación entre los jóvenes y la policía.
And so that's why I think that this morning, this is so important that our police officers get to speak directly with these young students, and that the students here get to speak directly with police officers.
Por eso pienso que es tan importante esta mañana en que la policía va a tener la oportunidad de hablar directamente con los jóvenes y los jóvenes directamente con la policía.
I encourage all of the students here to ask questions of these police officers. Ask us why we do what we do. Ask about situations that you may have been involved in where you had contact with the police. This is the time to ask those questions and to listen to one another and to try and get a better understanding about what the police do and why we do it. And this is an opportunity for the students to talk about your feelings and about your perceptions of the police.
Hoy es una oportunidad para ustedes jóvenes de preguntar cualquier pregunta que tengan a la policía, por qué hacen lo que hacen, cuáles son sus ideas, y también para que ustedes jóvenes comparten con la policía sus inquietudes, sus visiones, sus metas para el futuro.
My hope is that if we have these conversations today, that each of us, the police officers and the students, will leave here with a better understanding of each other, a better understanding of what the police do, the officers a better understanding about what the young people here are going through and the challenges that you feel like you're facing. And if we can leave here with a better understanding, I'm certain that we can leave here with a better trust between the police and young people. And that's what we're trying to accomplish today.
Nuestra esperanza es que hoy, después de esta experiencia, lo que vamos a salir todos, la policía, los jóvenes, todos los que participan, van a entenderse un poquito mejor, van a tener un poquito más de confianza unos con el otro, y eso el resultado de eso va a ser una mejor comunicación. Es un comienzo hoy.
Good morning, my name is Mark Swark and I'm the chief of the Gaithersburg Police Department. I want to thank you for inviting us here today. I'm sure that this will be a successful event as it was during the last summit last year.
Buenos días, me da mucho gusto estar aquí con ustedes otra vez y estoy seguro que este evento va a tener mucho éxito, igual que la primera vez en la primavera.
I also want to thank the students that are here participating in this, as well as all the police officers here that are going to go ahead and share their viewpoints and expectations between the police and the community so we can facilitate an open conversation.
Y yo le quiero dar las gracias a todos los que están aquí hoy, los jóvenes y la policía, que van a compartir hoy en la mañana sus puntos de vista, sus esperanzas, y les doy las gracias por estar aquí.
Each one of you, as well as every citizen throughout Montgomery County, play an important role as we work together to keep the county safe and in striving to make it even safer.
Hoy todos tenemos un compromiso, una responsabilidad para tener una comunidad segura para todos.
The reality is, though, that the police need the community support and trust to be effective. And in turn, the community needs the police officers to keep the county safe and maintain and improve the quality of life that we enjoy here in Montgomery County.
La realidad es que el público necesita tener confianza y saber que la policía los va a apoyar. Y la policía también para mantener seguro a la comunidad, ellos necesitan tener la confianza del público.
And it is my hope that we'll have the open conversation today so we can share these viewpoints and expectations so there'll be a clear understanding moving forward on both sides of what's needed so we continue to work together.
Y yo espero que hoy ustedes pueden compartir sus ideas abiertamente y con confianza, y el resultado va a ser una mejor comunicación y un mejor futuro para todos.
If you look at the high-profile events around the city, such as Ferguson, Missouri, Cleveland, Ohio, and right here in Baltimore, the common denominator that one sees when you look into those cases that resulted in the civil unrest is a deep-seated lack of distrust with the police. And it is my hope that today, by having this open dialogue with the students and other community members, we can avoid those types of consequences in the future.
Si ustedes ven los eventos, las tragedias que han pasado en este último año en diferentes comunidades como Ferguson y como Baltimore, lo que tenían en común era una desconfianza, falta de confianza en la policía. Y mi esperanza es que con eventos como hoy nosotros podemos evitar ese tipo de problema y tratar de entendernos mejor y empezar a construir una buena relación.
Okay, that's all I have. I'm going to be here for the next 3 hours or so participating in the work group session, so I look forward to meeting with many of you and having an open, healthy conversation on these very important issues. Thank you.
Gracias, el jefe de policía nos va a acompañar esta mañana en el círculo de diálogo y está muy esperanzado. So we'd like to give a few instructions for the circle. I'm looking around. Who's going to do? Leah. Okay. One thing that I'm going to say I see that we have a great turnout for law enforcement. Our plan this morning is to have 10 circles, 10 talking circles of youth and officers. And if you could help me out, Dan and Officer Mike, we're going to have 2 Spanish-speaking circles, Circle 9 and 10, and I've spoken to those officers. And we're able to, so if you can kind of split up among yourselves, I figure out, count off officers. So we'll divide you up evenly between the 10 circles. And as I said, 9 to 10 are Spanish. But if we'd love to have, we have any brave officers who have some knowledge of Spanish, we're able to do some translation, because I think that would really enrich. And for Officer Vieira, I bet he would be happy to have another colleague in the circle with him. So we can do some translation if there's an officer who has a really good high school Spanish and wants to practice a little bit today. That would be great.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming in on some of your days off. We really appreciate you all coming together and speaking with the youth, the police officers taking time out to really tell the youth how important they are and how to better communicate their needs to the police. So this will be a very exciting day of conversation.
So, otra vez muchas gracias a los jóvenes que han venido hoy en su día de descanso, y es una oportunidad para compartir con los oficiales acerca de sus ideas, sus pensamientos y sus esperanzas.
My name is Lorianne Sales, and I'm with the Community Action Agency, and I'm going to be helping you direct yourselves to your classrooms. If everyone can look down at their name tags for their numbers, and then we're going to have some hall monitors with signs so you know which doors to go to.
Ok, si, jóvenes, ustedes cuando entraron hoy tienen un gafete con el número, ¿sí? Y vamos a tener, se van a poner los líderes del grupo van a tener un papel con el número.
Can I have all of the facilitators to come to the front with your numbers?
Okay, and on each, so todos los, each room is going to have a number, 1 through 10.
If anyone has any trouble finding your number, just raise your hand and someone will come and help you.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone in group number 1? Look for your number that matches your card on your name tag.
Okay, group number 1, 2, and 3 are down this hallway. There's a sign on the door that says 1, 2, or 3. A yellow paper.
One, 2, and 3. Your group is leaving you. Four, 5. Oh, group 2? Group 1, 2, or 3. Groups 1, 2, and 3. Groups 4, 5, and 6, are they going this? Oh. Any number threes? Number threes? Number threes? No three. Okay. All right, group number 4, you can make your way down the hallway. Group number 4, down the right hallway. That way. Make your, yes, pick a room, any room. Room number 4, your group is leaving. All right, group number 5, follow Kelly. Kelly, raise your hand. All right, group number 5 has left the cafeteria. And group number 6, you can make your way, follow Barbara down the hallway. 6 and 7, follow your way, raise your hand. Anyone in group number 8? Look at your numbers on your name tags. Group number 8. Group number 9. Group number 9, make your way down the hallway. Down the hallway, choose your room. Group number 10, please follow Jose down to the right hallway. Jose, keep your hands high, Jose. Group number 10.
That's a big book standard.
We could all please have a seat so we can get started. I know each group has a spokesperson or spokespersons, and we will start first with group 1.
Ok, vamos a empezar con a compartir el grupo número 1, las personas que iban a compartir. Who were the spokespeople for group 1?
Group 1, we have Officer Palmer and Leah. I see some good bonding here.
Hi, so we're group 1, and our conclusion is that we should do community surveys together so we can get to know each other, like more summits like this one. It's for events, and it was very nice to meet Officer Palmer and Henderson Mill. I think she'll be back. And we have to treat others the way we want to be treated and respect them. Somos el grupo número 1 y nuestra conclusión fue que debemos de tener, de hacer servicio comunitario juntos para así poder conocernos más, como más cumbres como estas y deportes, eventos de deportes. Y también fue muy lindo conocer a la oficial Palmer y a la otra oficial Henderson mío. Y que tenemos que tratar a las otras personas de la manera que queremos ser tratadas y respetarlas.
I was just going to say the meeting with the kids in the group I was in today was very beneficial. It was definitely a pleasure to get to know each of these young children and individuals. We had a lot of fun. We got to share stories. I'm hoping that the takeaway from our group experience is that the youth will feel like they can come to us, they will feel they can have an open relationship with us. Myself, Officer Henderson Neal, are school resource officers, so we do encourage the kids to get to know the officers in their schools.
I'll just try to say that a little bit in Spanish. El oficial, que ella es una de los oficiales en Kennedy High School, ella también dijo que fue una actividad muy positiva, y lo que ella y el otro oficial, Henderson Neal, quieren que los estudiantes sepan que el oficial, el representante que está en la escuela de ustedes, siempre lo pueden ver como un recurso, un aliado, y que acuden a ellos si necesitan algo. Okay, group number 2, grupo número 2.
Hello, my name is Officer Adai. I'm the 4th District Community Service Officer, and we worked on in session 2. And what we found after discussion, interacting with the youth, is that they wanted to look forward to more interaction, more social and athletic involvement. So things like playing basketball together, seeing us in a different light outside of the uniform. So we walked away with that, understanding that they want to see more communication through social and athletic interaction.
Okay. El oficial Hedayat, él dijo que de su parte, lo que ellos escucharon es que los jóvenes quieren más oportunidad de interactuar con la policía en eventos sociales y de deporte, y eso es lo que vamos a hacer esta tarde. That's what we're going to do this afternoon. For those of you who can stay, we have some athletic activities. Y eso es algo que él aprendió, que los jóvenes quieren conocer mejor a los oficiales como seres humanos.
Hi everyone, my name is Veronica, and I just want to talk about different things we did in the group. So all of us participate in many things as questions and all of that. So they talk with us about many things, and then also we share more things like about respect and all of that. So I love this group because we did a great job, and now I feel like happy because I learned that not all the police are serious and all of that. So I love Oliver. Ok, so lo que acabo de decir es de que yo me siento muy feliz de que nosotros compartimos con los policías, ya que ellos nos aclararon muchas cosas sobre que teníamos preguntas porque terminamos temprano. Entonces nosotros también compartimos e hicimos muchos juegos, y entonces ahora yo amo a los policías porque yo comprobé que no son serios como digamos que los vemos en televisión.
Group number 3, número 3. Okay, how about 4? 4?
All right, ladies first. So we were group 4. This was fun for me. I have an interesting, a little bit different perspective. My name is Officer Bennett with the City of Gaithersburg. I'm a canine officer. I don't have the joy of working in the school system with you kids, so most of the contacts that I have with youth are from a call for service nature or something out on the road.
Tampoco. Thank you. El oficial Bennett, le dio mucho gusto estar aquí hoy porque él está con el grupo de canino, con los perros. Entonces él no tiene la oportunidad de convivir con los jóvenes día a día como los otros oficiales que están en la escuela.
I've never done this before. It kind of breaks your train of thought. But in our group, what we found there was a reoccurring theme. The words respect, the words communication, bullying. There were certain words that it constantly came back up. And again, so from our perspective as officers, it's really interesting to hear from the youth and an honest group of kids here who are willing to share their opinions. So it was nice to hear from them as well. I know my group, you've already heard this, so sorry you're going to be bored, but to the other kids that are out here today, I just want you to know that judgment was a word that was used a lot as well. We as law enforcement need to not judge. And youth and adults that are non-law enforcement, you also have a challenge to not judge as well. And as a result, we have more respect, we have better communication. We don't define who you are, you guys don't define who we are. We are people. You take these uniforms off, and I'm not the police, I'm a dad with 4 kids. So don't allow us and don't allow the media to define who you are. And as long as we have the respect, the judgment, or the lack of the judgment, then we end up having a much better relationship. So I thought today was really productive. So now, are you ready?
Yeah. I'm going to try. Voy a hacer lo mejor que puedo, pero yo creo que les gustaría que traduzca. El oficial dijo que él lo que, en resumen, y que fue muy bonito ver cómo los jóvenes y los policías tenían las mismas ideas de respeto, valor y de no juzgar al otro por la manera que está vestido el oficial en su uniforme y ustedes los jóvenes como joven. Entonces eso para él fue lo más importante que se alcanzó hoy, es aprender a no juzgar al otro y verse como un ser humano.
Hi everyone, my name is Helen. We had Officer Bennett, we had 2 more officers. We talked about a lot of stuff, and officers said most of them, which was, having a lot of respect for what they do and how they're trying to protect us, not just, have the authority and overuse it. Also, they talked a lot about how they try to understand us and where we come from and not just, stereotype the kids like a lot of people think that they do. Also, just try to be in their position and they'll try to be in our position and they'll treat us how we want to be treated and we have to treat them with the same respect that they'll treat us.
Our group also learned a very valuable lesson. If a young lady is pregnant and she says she needs pizza, regardless of what the rules are, she needs pizza.
Para los que hablan español, tuvimos el oficial, tuvimos 3 oficiales, trataron de explicarnos sobre su punto de vista y cómo se sienten y cómo tratan de ayudarnos a nosotros los jóvenes y nosotros tratar de entenderlos a ellos porque no todos los policías son malos. Muchos hacen nomás su trabajo y lo que ellos tienen que hacer y nosotros tenemos que respetarlos así como nosotros queremos que ellos nos respeten. Y that's it.
Group number 5.
Good afternoon. My name is Sergeant Wallingford. I'm from Montgomery County Correctional Facility. We had a very interesting morning because we were able to open up the dialogue, get to know each other pretty well. The group was able to pass on a lot of information to each other and get a chance to feel some of the things that's going on. We also had the understanding that mutual respect, communication would be a key in furthering along some of the issues that we have between law enforcement and the community. We also, one thing I was talking to one of the administrators here at the school, talking about what can we do to further along this. And one of the things where I was suggesting is that we take a moment to go into the classrooms with some of the students that's not here today and be able to reach some of the ones that might not come on their day off to the school and be able to reach some of them also.
El oficial Delford que nos acompaña hoy del departamento de las cárceles, él dijo que él fue muy en su grupo, hablaron mucho, se conocieron mejor y hablaron mucho de la importancia de comunicación y respeto mutuo. Y él, otra idea que él dice que sería muy bonito después de lo que hicimos hoy, hacer un proyecto como esto en las escuelas, hacer círculos de diálogo de jóvenes y policía, pero en la escuela, para aquellos jóvenes que no están dispuestos a venir en un día cuando no hay escuela, pero que podíamos organizar lo mismo en la escuela. Y eso es lo que ellos piensan.
One other thing, we also talked about the media, having a perception and letting that distort how we think of each other. So that's one thing that is going on and going further, being able to not let that distort our perception of each other. Young lady today, we had quite a few interesting students with us, and this young lady on the fly, from the information that we were talking about in the circle, was able to write a poem, and she'd like to share that with us.
There's a lot of blaming and hating when there should be creating, generating solutions for a better country, a better world, quality of life is where we should strive. A better nation is our final destination for our generation and those to follow, so what we need to do is swallow our pride, our negative emotions, extreme decisions and crazy notions. Put everyone's well-being before your own, because in this world, we're not alone.
I'm Nina Niel, and I go to Richmond Montgomery High School.
Nima, we're going to have to get a copy of that so we can translate it in Spanish and do it justice. That was beautiful. Muchas gracias. Vamos a traducir ese poema en español, que ella lo escribió ahora en el momento. Lo último que dijo el oficial era que también que nosotros muchas veces en los medios de comunicación es muy negativo cuando hablan de la relación entre los jóvenes y la policía, y que también quizás nosotros con eventos como esto podemos cambiar lo que se dice y con nuestra acción. So we're group 6, 7, 6 and 7 together. Okay.
Okay, so it was really interesting when we met up, group 6 and 7. We talked about communication, education, and respect. Those are the 3 main topics. And then we also agreed that officers should go out in the community a little more and also that we should get involved in our community more. Just as they will try, we have to try too. And we have to be informed. We have to go out there, look for information, do some research. Our group, some feelings were confident, open, happy, respected, and excited. Also, okay, so there's a lot of beliefs that all officers are bad just because of some of the actions that officers in other areas have, done, like in Ferguson. That shouldn't be as if one officer does something bad, doesn't mean they're all bad. Just one officer made a bad decision. And also, we talked about the media. They show a lot of negativity, which they don't even show the positive things like this event. They don't show the officers going out there, going with the communities, talking to the youth, talking to the people. They don't show the positive. So, hablamos de la comunicación, la educación y el respeto. Esas son tres cosas bien importantes. También hablamos de que los policías deben salir a la comunidad y nosotros también tenemos que salir a la comunidad. Tenemos que ser informados y también tenemos que ir a buscar la información. Nuestro grupo se sintió bien confidente, estuvo bien abierto, feliz, respetado. También estamos hablando de que solo porque un policía hace algo malo, no significa que todos los policías son malos. También hablamos de por ejemplo, en las noticias salen que solo sale lo malo. Debemos ver lo positivo también.
Good afternoon. My name is Doug Montgomery, and what I'd like to add to what Gabrielle said was, I'll start off with the negative, and I'll be very honest with you. The negative thing that I took from it was not anything about the group, the students, or this program, because I think the program is excellent. But what hurt me was that some of the same questions, comments, and concerns that I had when I was 13, 14, 15 years old, and now we're talking 30, 31, 32 years ago, are still there. So the communication has not taken place to the level that I think that I would like, and I think that we all would like to see it there. But I was encouraged so much that these kids, and I say that respectfully, are so much more educated about the world than I was when I was 13, 14, 15. So I think that this program is going to do so much more, and so much more faster than what I could have anticipated because of the young men and women who are here, and who were here a few months ago, and who will be here in the future. The good thing that I took from it, no matter who was talking, the first game that we played, everyone, we want the exact same thing. But for whatever reason, we concentrate on our differences instead of what we have in common. So I was encouraged by knowing that at the end, we all could walk away saying, hey, I want this for myself, and for my family, and for my community. So I just ask that everyone, what went on in here, take it out and tell somebody. Take it out and be involved in the change. And again, selfishly, with all due respect, the Montgomery County Police Department has some great opportunities for citizens to become involved in, no matter your age or your position in life. So look us up and we're here for you.
I'm sorry.
Para resumir, el oficial Montgomery dijo una cosa negativa, que él lo que escuchó de algunas inquietudes de los jóvenes eran las mismas inquietudes que él tenía cuando tenía 13, 14 años, cuando él pensaba en la policía. Y él dice que le da pena que han pasado tantos años, ahora la edad que tiene él, y los jóvenes siguen teniendo las mismas preocupaciones que él tenía. Sin embargo, esta experiencia hoy, que ustedes cuando estaban compartiendo en el círculo se dieron cuenta que los policías y los jóvenes tienen los mismos valores, los mismos sueños, las mismas ganas de hacer algo para la comunidad, y eso le parece algo muy positivo que tiene que salir de aquí, que cada uno lo tiene que guardar y llevarlo y sembrarlo en su comunidad y con sus amistades. Y dijo que también, como el departamento de policía, que ellos están aquí a la orden y los invitan a pensar quizás si en un futuro quisieran trabajar como ellos en la policía. Eight, right? I don't think we had a group 8, did we? But we have a group 9. Did we have 8? Grupo 9, número 9. Que eran los últimos, pero no. Son los primeros.
Hola, buenas tardes. Nosotros tuvimos un grupo muy amigable, muy participativo, lo llevamos bien, tuvimos 2 oficiales, los tratamos bien, entendimos que a veces nosotros los jóvenes tomamos la manera más fácil de alejarlos, a veces meterlos en algo que no es de nosotros. A veces nosotros nos quedamos callados en vez de pedir ayuda por miedo a que nuestros padres se enteren o los vayan a mandar para otro lugar, o cosas así, como a veces lo rechazan o ya no tienen la confianza que tenían con nosotros antes.
Group 9, that we had a really great circle and a really positive experience, and one of the reflections from the young people that sometimes they recognize that they are perhaps afraid to ask for help or to go to the police because they might be, they don't want their parents finding out that there's something happened, that they needed to ask for help, or for other reasons that they might be afraid. But so today's experience helped them move towards getting over that. ¿Verdad que quizás voy a aprender algo acerca de eso? ¿Roxana, quieres decir algo?
All of a sudden she's shy. She wasn't in group. For me, I speak very little Spanish, so this was all Spanish-speaking group. Officer Vega helped out with translation. But they allowed me to answer my questions in English, and they understood, and if not, they asked questions. It was very enlightening to see the different, the cultural differences, and maybe the way that the police interact with them in their countries, and how we interact here.
Fue muy interesante el oficial, ella está muy agradecida porque en su grupo ella era la única que no hablaba español y los chicos dejaron que ella respondiera a las preguntas en inglés. Algo que fue muy bueno para ella era aprender acerca de las diferencias culturales y cómo los jóvenes compartían sus experiencias con la policía en sus países, que no siempre era muy positivo.
So we just discussed things about how they would like us to interact more with them in the community, get out more, have more conversations with the youth. I even suggested that they say hi to us. If they see us at the mall or somewhere, just say hi. He was scared to do that, but I told him that's a good way to just kind of break the ice. But I thought it was positive. They wanted to keep talking, that's why we were the last group to come out. They still had things to talk about, so I'm very glad to have participated in this today, and hopefully we can do more events like this.
Otra cosa que ella compartió con los chicos en el grupo era que los jóvenes dijeron que quieren que los policías sean más amables con ellos, y ella dice que también es bueno saludar a los oficiales cuando nosotros los encontramos en la comunidad, que los chicos tenían mucho que compartir y por eso fueron los últimos en llegar aquí con nosotros. Okay, finally group 10. Group 10.
Bueno, ante todo, buenos días con todos. Buenos días con todos. Y lo que nosotros en mi grupo, bueno, yo me siento feliz de haber compartido con los policías porque ha sido una bonita experiencia y lo que nosotros sobre todo lo que hemos aprendido en mi grupo es el respeto que todos tenemos con los policías y todo eso. Y hemos dado ejemplos y uno de los ejemplos fue de que un compañero dijo que salió con una amiga y que estaba fumando y que los policías lo rebuscaron a él también cuando él no tuvo la culpa de eso y entonces él se preguntaba que por qué así son los policías y todo eso y el policía nos explicó de que eso lo hicieron para que lo rebuscaran y dijeran que no es un sospechoso o algo así. Y bueno, yo también compartí una experiencia mía sobre el respeto con los policías, de que una vez yo también estaba haciendo un caso parecido. No, distinto. También he aprendido a que nosotros, los jóvenes, queremos comernos el mundo de un solo bocado, pero nosotros debemos pensar antes de actuar, porque después nos podemos meter en muy graves consecuencias y por eso debemos pensar y antes de actuar. Gracias.
Okay, so in their group, they also too said that it was a positive experience, and they talked a lot about respect. And there were a couple anecdotes that students shared about experiences that they had had with the police, where they had been searched, and so that was a good exchange back and forth to be able to ask questions about the why of it. And she said also sometimes as young people we want to eat the world right away. We want everything right away, and that maybe we have to think about the consequences of our decisions and be mindful of that before acting.
Good afternoon or good morning, everyone. Officer Prather, I'm the Community Services Officer at the 1st District. And in Group 10, we were a Spanish-speaking group, so it took us some time to get through everything. But what I think we learned about each other, a lot of the things that was already said, was communication is the key, listening to one another, learning differences that we may have between law enforcement and also the youth.
Que en su grupo, como fue un grupo bilingüe y por eso se tardaron más, que se dieron cuenta que aprendieron que la comunicación es la clave para tener una mejor relación entre los jóvenes y los policías.
Although there are differences between us, what was said earlier also, there are also similarities also. We take off our uniforms, we're moms, we're dads, we're sisters or brothers and everything else, and we're all in this together. And our group was very mature. They all spoke very well, they all had great ideas, and it was a pleasure to work with them all. And
algo que en nuestro grupo yo creo que los jóvenes aprendieron, que nosotros los policías somos iguales que ellos, somos seres humanos. Cuando nos quitamos el uniforme somos padres, hermanos, hijos, y él dice que su grupo, los chicos eran muy, se comportaron de una manera muy de maduros, gracias, y fue un placer compartir con ellos.
And in talking, we did more than talking. We also came up with ideas and things that can be done out in the community with our families, whether it's educating. We talked about a scenario where what a person had gone through, and we walked through that situation, and we discussed how he can talk to his younger sibling about what happened, why it happened, why officers do what we do, why, if we go to a particular area, if we respond with 5 officers, and once we deem the situation to be safe, then the officer starts backing out. And he can now go to his sibling and say, this is why they do what they do, this is why they did what they did, and officers can be trusted, and this is why.
Entonces, en el caso que compartieron, los jóvenes tuvieron la oportunidad, tenían una inquietud que por qué había pasado cierta cosa cuando un policía los paró y los revisó. Entonces que el oficial dijo que pudieron explicar qué fue lo que pasa, cuál es el procedimiento, y que el oficial piensa que en este caso el joven puede compartir esa información con sus hermanos menores para que no vuelva a suceder que ellos no tengan esa información o no entienden por qué pasan las cosas. Entonces, él piensa que fue muy productivo poder compartir y explicar cosas, y para que los jóvenes tengan confianza y acudir cuando necesitan ayuda o preguntas a los oficiales. And just to close, I wanted to give the opportunity to Sheriff Popkin to say a few words. Él quería dar la oportunidad, igual que a los Chief Major y Chief Shroaka que hablaron en la mañana, en español alguacil, ¿verdad, Sheriff? Is a very
I understand, Sheriff. I want to first of all say that I want to commend and congratulate Identity and Ms. Camacho and lots of other organizations, but especially the students, the officers from around Montgomery County, and all the volunteers who really came today. Without all of those parts, this doesn't happen. When you take 10 groups and you put them all in separate rooms, and as you see from the summary of all these groups, everybody had the same basic conclusions in the room.
Lo que fue muy interesante para el sheriff, que a pesar de que eran 10 grupos diferentes con personas diferentes, tuvieron muchas conclusiones muy parecidas.
And as you heard from Officer Bennett a little while ago, he said at the end of the day, when he comes home and he takes his uniform off, he's like everyone else in this room. And what the ultimate conclusion, when you put 10 groups in separate rooms, is really not our differences, but what our similarities are. I was told a long time ago that the media, who I deal with on a daily basis, is never going to report good news, ever, because that's not newsworthy. But the stuff when you turn the television on every day that you see, and the negative stuff, drives this kind of really false perception of what we do. And so I can't put a value on the importance of these kind of grassroots meetings with students and officers, because this is really where the future is, and where it grows tentacles and people can go out and talk and have a better understanding of how similar we really are. So I really want to commend everyone on being here today, and we are really hoping to spread this to other schools and other times because of the incredible value behind everything. So congratulations, and thank you very much again, Carolyn.
Solo para resumir, igual que han dicho todos ustedes, que lo que dijo el sheriff, que lo que nos une son lo que tenemos en común, no las diferencias que pueden ser solamente físicas. Y que bueno que estamos haciendo algo positivo que a veces no se cuenta en los medios de comunicación, pero ojalá que nosotros podemos llevar esto a otras escuelas. And I just wanted to say, we'll give the instructions for this. Many organizations made this happen today. It was a big collaboration. They're all on the bottom of the flyer. We have Beloved Community Initiative, Crickvic, International Cultural Center, Epworth Methodist Church, the Wellness Centers at Gaithersburg High School and Watkins Mill. Am I forgetting anybody? Beloved Community Initiative from Asbury, Montgomery County Police, Gaithersburg City Police, and Subway for our lunch. I think that, Officer McSwain, did anybody else want to say a few words that came to visit? We had Chief Manger and Chief Siraga speak this morning. Any other, okay? All right, so we want to give the directions for lunch and activities.
Okay, so I know the youth are not hungry, right? Okay, we are about to go for lunch. We are going to have lunch at Borough Park at the pavilion, and it is indeed Subway. So everybody is going to get a good meal from Subway. And while we are having lunch, we'll also be given instructions for what we are going to do the rest of the day. More of the fun activities. And raffles, there will be raffles at the end. So if you want to get something good, stay till the end and make sure you don't lose your ticket. So with that said, let's all depart for lunch at Borough Park.